Is your storefront and curtain wall fabrication shop struggling to meet delivery dates? Too many errors causing you to scrap metal? Is your shop looking for a better way to run cover caps, pressure plates, large and small extrusions? We recently sat down with a leading metal fabricator about how they went from being behind on jobs to having entire projects fabricated and ready to ship. Let's find out how they did it.
We can double or even triple the amount of work we can fabricate. So much so we're actually looking to fabricate for other glazers now.
Jones Glass has been in business since 1975 and is a full-service glass company specializing in storefronts, curtain walls, and interior applications. Jones Glass has grown over the years, serving customers throughout the southeastern U.S. by maintaining a high level of workmanship and treating contractors, customers, and suppliers with the respect that they deserve. By 2018, Jones Glass was winning large enough jobs that portions needed to be outsourced.
We would take on anything from a $100,000 storefront job all the way up to a $5 million mid-rise tower. The larger jobs we wouldn't be able to fabricate in-house, so the only way we could do the larger jobs is we would actually sub out the fabrication to another fabrication outfit.
The jobs that Jones Glass was producing in-house came with its own set of problems.
We were fabbing everything by hand, so it put a lot of pressure on our shop leaders to lay out every single mullion the correct way. When we were hand fabbing, I bet we had 8 or so guys full time. 2 or 3 of them would be on the saw cutting, and the rest of them would just be fabricating and assembly. As much as you would train the guys, there was always going to be a day when the 21 got read as 12 or something of that nature, and then as soon as that drill bit goes in that metal, that's it, it's done. If those guys drilled one hole in the wrong spot outside of where the mullion was going to go, we have to chunk that stick into the garbage and get a new one. After that happens 6 times on the same job, you don't have any more material left to refabricate that stuff. Our goal was to give our shop the ability to produce more in a shorter amount of time. There were some other machines we looked at that were more manual fabrication, and we didn't think that was a big enough jump up. We did investigate some other machines, some higher-end CNCs, and it just didn't fit with some of the personnel you had to get just to run the machine. The fact that it is so specifically dialed into our industry is what ultimately led to us finally going with the Rhino. It does everything we need it to do, and we get it to do everything it can do.
RhinoFab 900 Machining Center is a flexible and efficient solution for fabricating storefront and curtain wall systems. Free up operators for other important tasks by preloading up to 10 stock lengths into the in-feed conveyor system. The RhinoFab 900 saves time with its 3 high-speed spindle heads working simultaneously to accurately drill, countersink, and route. And the 22-inch upcut saw cuts within 5/1000ths of an inch every time. Lastly, the integrated printer automatically generates barcode labels to easily track and tag finished parts, saving you time and money.
At first it feels a little weird, because you always have the uncertainty of what's going to happen. You first of all get scared. Oh, I'm getting a robot, it's going to put me out of job. But then when you get to know the machine, you realize that robot is here to make your life a little easier. You get to understand the functions. You get to basically see how can you save time and effort and do a lot more with less.
Every RhinoFab machine is installed by experienced technicians. With nearly 1,000 RhinoFab machines already in operation throughout the U.S., we minimize the time it takes for you to get up and running while providing outstanding customer support from start to finish.
I think he brought it in on a Monday, and he had it all laid out and bolted down by the end of that day, Monday. Tuesday, he was commissioning it, running test pieces, and then starting to train us on how to operate it. Wednesday, he was training us more on the software. We were actually putting in real jobs, and then we could start running full jobs that first week he was there.
We also ensure your employees are fully trained, both in the shop and in the office, and ready to go before we leave.
They were organized, they were spot on, they're actually really helpful. They walked me through it, even though they didn't have to. But you know, you're always curious, you want to know what's going on. Little question, little white knots, or what they're doing here and there. They were really helpful, really kind. They walked me through the process.
And then the other side of the training is the software, which all the office guys do. It's a pretty user-friendly software, and it can do a lot of extra stuff that if you take the time to investigate it, it can do a lot more than just the basics.
When it comes to keeping your equipment running, our RhinoFab automated machining centers are as tough as a rhino.
So we've had the Rhino for about 2 years now. We have only had a few parts break, and it was more because of things that we did. Like, for example, not tightening some of the bits in tight enough, it would get loose in the router and break the stop screw. So a couple things we have had are more self-inflicted experience type wounds than they are breakdowns of the machine.
Really simple, you know, you gotta do is just keep it clean. Make sure the lines are working correctly, and as long as you keep it clean, keep it going, oil it, keep the rollers clean, blowed off, good. Pretty straightforward. It's been awesome. I mean, every now and then there's a little small issue with whatever. You just call TJ or Tony and they'll get you right away, straight away.
As of yet, knock on wood, we've never had the Rhino go down for any extended period of time, no more than today. The biggest effect it's had is made us so much more efficient in the shop. Just we can double or even triple the amount of work we can fabricate. So much so we're actually looking to fabricate for other glazers now. And it's higher quality. So when you're hand drilling it, even with jigs, your holes can get crooked. Where this is, I don't think we spoke about quality, but everything is pretty much the same spot every single hole. So you increase in quality and quantity.
You can do a lot more with a lot less effort because a robot, a Rhino in this case, will do it for you. You can fabricate 10 things in the less amount of time than what someone would take to fabricate one. You don't have to put as much work into it. And it's a lot simpler. Of course, it's different at first, but when you get used to it, you realize how better it is with that Rhino.
It changes the bottleneck from fabrication to the field, to where we have the entire job fabricated and we're just waiting to send it to the field. So it's usually the metal is behind, you're behind when you start fabricating, and as soon as you get started, you're just trying to catch up.
It makes everything just simple, where fabricating is not an issue anymore or a part of the day we have to stress about, you know? You roll one piece, you make sure everything is right, everything lined up, and if you got 600 pieces to do and it's just alike, as long as the first one is correct, you're in, you know? Just keep the machine fed, and away we go. Increase in accuracy, increase on speed, increase on volume on everything. Because before it took us 10-15 minutes to fabricate a piece of pressure bar. From the beginning, to cut it, punch 3 holes, this, that, and the other. Now it takes us 2 seconds. It takes us longer to find the metal than for to run it.
I would say without a doubt we probably wish we would have got it earlier, knowing what it can do for you.
For more information on this video and our complete lineup of metal fabrication machinery and software specifically designed for the glazing industry, head over to our website at glazercenter.com or call 607-698-4430.